Hello everybody. Now, I'm told I'm not allowed to mention the cricket in these films because when I do, England tend to lose. So good luck to the Lionesses tomorrow against Haiti. And I know a lot of people across the organisation be making time to follow that World Cup campaign. In the next week, we as a trust board will be considering the organisation's 5-year strategy. I know I've talked a lot about this in these films over the course of the last 4 months. Let's see what the board makes of the work that's been done over the last year and a bit on our clinical strategy led by Sheila, Jude and Graham with many, many others. Lots of co-production involvement from people in our communities and hopefully a connection that's touched you. I'll say much more about the strategy in the autumn and we'll start to talk about all of the promises of genuine and specific change that sit within the strategy. But today I just wanted to introduce the 5 ideas that really sit at the heart of what that strategy is going to be about. You remember that this is something that directs the effort of the organisation between 2023 and 2028. So firstly, our first objective is focused on how we put patients, people in our communities, at the very heart of our organisation, about how we make decisions with people, not for people, about how service users and peer support workers are involved in our clinical settings, about a massive increase in the number of volunteers in our organisation. And I think, and I hope you do too, it's absolutely right that commitment to co-production and to involvement is the first of our 5 priorities. The second is a laser-like focus on trying to tackle inequalities, trying to create equity, not just in accessing services, but in how we use our employment power and our purchasing power to tackle injustices and exclusion. For example, for people who were in the armed forces, homeless residents locally, people who've come here as forced migrants or refugees. A real commitment to tackle inequalities is the second of our 5 objectives. We want to deliver more of our services on a community-focused basis, and that's true both for mental health services and for physical health services, for kids in schools and at home, as well as for older adults. There's all sorts of ideas coming through in the strategy from you about how we make good on that commitment, which will be teamed with a very challenging commitment to cut waiting times down to something measured in what you might think of as a human time frame, like 4 weeks, rather than many, many months in some of our services. I told you the strategy was ambitious. The fourth of 5 things focuses on our bed base, or really on all the beds that we work with across North Lincolnshire, Rotherham and Doncaster, not just inpatient wards. How do we make those genuinely therapeutic environments to be cared for in? How do we make them safe environments to work in? How do we make them fairly consistent across the 7 days of the week? These are things that sound easy. I know they're hard, but I think they're worth really having a go at trying to get right here at Ardash. And fifthly, finally, but by no means least, is something about the social value of what we do. We're an organisation that spends a lot of money. We can do more of that locally. We're an organisation that is focused on education and research. We want to grow our commitment to both. We're committedly anti-racist organisation and interested in the justice of our pay rates and how we spend our money. So there's something about the social value of our organisation and some really tangible commitments that is the 5th of those 5 objectives that sits within our strategy. A bit of a teaser really then for what's to come, but hopefully, having told you about it, the board will support it. I'll let you know next week. Thanks a lot.